The last thing that I'll talk about, it's public in a way, but we're keeping a lid on it for the moment because we don't yet know the extent of its future. But myself and my partners and other companies in BC, Saskatchewan, one out of Montreal maybe, an advanced education institute here in Alberta, as members of a not-for-profit that's been started up as a clean energy center for Alberta. I'd love to talk to you more about it, but you can get my contact information either from one of the guys here or see me after I've finished talking. It's pretty exciting and very innovative for the province. I think for Western Canada, we're extremely proud of being able to have put a bunch of support together now from the Department of Energy, the Government of Alberta Department of Energy, and the acronym that you'll hear or you might start hearing more of is it's Becky, like the woman's name, but it's spelled B-E-C with a hyphen I-I. And if you are looking for a real world or a meaningful place to scale up and do things with, beyond the lab scale and beyond the bench, that's the whole essence of Becky. It's industry-led. You see some not competitors as such, but others like this in CLIB 2021 out of Germany, C2B2 in Denver and Colorado. If you happen to be from there or moving down there, you'd have something similar there. But we're very happy and believe that this will be a big, huge win for all of us, certainly in Western Canada. So listen for Becky. She's coming. And with that, I'll stop. I'll try and make up a little bit of time on your schedule here. I'll take a few questions and let you be, if any. I know I'm getting you right after lunch, so everyone's blood's like rushed down to their stomach. And yes, at the back.
So I have to admit, I think you're the first CEO. Do you have a law degree?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're the first CEO that I met that has a law degree. How do you find that actually makes a big difference in the end? I mean, most people have MBAs or technical backgrounds.
Yeah, I find I get in some ways a little more from my chartered accounting designation, but either one of those two. I learned only a couple things in business school. One is management accounting, is not financial accounting. Don't ever mix those up. And the other one was in my org theory class. It was that the quality of any idea or decision that gets made when a collaborative group with goodwill and parking their egos at the door is always superior to any decision or brainstorm anyone had walking into that room on their own. In law school, all I learned is that there is no justice. That has something to do with what I mentioned earlier. You'll be attacked whether or not you're right or wrong or infringing. In the case of the company that we sold for $811 million, as soon as we were starting to make progress with that, we were getting all these patent infringement lawsuits out of the U.S. We ended up spending $3 million, $3.5 million US, just on defending us against the frivolous lawsuits. We knew they were frivolous. They knew they were frivolous, but they were trying to put a gear or a wrench in our spokes to stop our what was unrolling as a pretty clear success. So what the law degree gave me, to answer your question, is I'm not intimidated by it, I guess, or I'm a little fearless when it comes to a lawyer walks in the room. I don't start quaking. Not that any of you would, but what I'm also uncompromising about is that there is a way to get a deal done. So the negotiation with ARC to purchase that technology that I mentioned for the first company, Highmark, it would have been easy to sign a deal along the way inside of a 2.5 years negotiation, if you can believe that. But I was not willing to compromise on the kind of deal I needed to make this thing bankable, to make it something I would be proud to take into the international VC community and so on. And so it was patience and persistence. And in the middle of all that, we got a multi-page analysis about why constitutionally that it was impossible to buy or sell intellectual property and know-how. Just like crazy stuff. I mean, it happens every day to the tune of billions of dollars around the planet. So we had to just be patient and get through a lot of kind of legal things. So in that way, it helped me because I wasn't sitting there being bamboozled by it.
Given the amount of technology that's out there, given the patents that have been applied just randomly, any company will come across somebody else's patent. When that happens, is it best to defend or is it best to strategize, negotiate, and partnership? Does it depend on the circumstance?
It depends on how valid their patents are. Patents are presumptively valid in the U.S., at least the Patent and Trademark Office. I fight them. Normally there's a flaw if they've done it in a sloppy manner, because most do it in a sloppy manner. So you can invalidate someone else's patent. That's when they really start taking you seriously and start apologizing and backstepping and a lot of things, which makes the negotiations that you're asking about a lot more reasonable from that point forward, when you're sitting there and threatening to drop the hammer on their patent altogether. I would say that some of it also depends on the strength of the portfolio that you yourself have and what do you have to negotiate with. So when we were announced with that transaction I was mentioning for $811 million, the biggest fear on earth from the potential buyer is that they're going to get hammered with patent infringement themselves or contributory infringement. And so having had our own portfolio, even though at the time the company was only 30 months old, the one I'm talking about, having had all of our ducks in a row made for a transaction that happened, as opposed to one that, you know, it wouldn't be me standing here and talking to you if it hadn't. So the answer is it depends, and I know that's not a good answer, but that's the legal answer. I can give you an accounting answer, but that would also be, what do you want it, you know, what do you want to know? Thank you.